there is a big problem in the second-hand markets. Let's say someone just bought your old laptop off eBay. They've downloaded a free tool, the kind that takes about 30 seconds to find on Google, and they're currently going through everything you thought you deleted. This isn't a hypothetical scenario. This is what actually happens to most resold devices. Oh, and before we continue, thanks to Stellar for sponsoring this video. In 2019, Stellar themselves commissioned a study across 311 used hard drives, phones, and SD card purchased second-hand. 7 out of 10 of those devices still had recoverable personal data. More precisely, recoverable with standard consumer software. Think about what lives on the average laptop. Tax returns, ID documents, bank statements, old passwords, which you still use, medical records, photos you assumed were private. The average person has years of their life compressed into one drive, and most of them hand that drive to a stranger with nothing more than a delete key between them and all of it. The scary part isn't that this is technically possible, it is the fact that it requires zero expertise. You don't need a computer science degree or expensive lab equipments, you just need an afternoon and a free download. So, how is this even possible? When you delete a file, doesn't matter whether you hit delete, empty the recycle bin, or even do a shift plus delete to skip the bin entirely. The file itself does not get removed from your drive. What gets removed is the pointer. Every file system, whether it's NTFS on Windows or FAT32 on a USB drive, maintains an index. It's the table of contents for your storage device. That index records the name of every file and the address on the disk where that actual file lives. When you delete a file, the OS crosses out that entry in the index and marks the disk space as available. The data underneath stays exactly where it is, untouched, waiting for something to be written over it, which could be days, weeks, or never if you immediately pack the storage for delivery. This is also why data recovery software works so well after accidental deletions. The file isn't gone, the signpost to it is, and recovery tools are just very good at finding things without the signpost. So the main question now is, how should you actually delete your files? Instead of just removing the pointer and walking away, you can use Stellar File Eraser to overwrite the actual data on the disk, the raw ones and zeros with new data, multiple times, using internationally recognized deletion standards. The most rigorous of them being the US Department of Defense's own specification for secure data deletion, by the end of which the original content is not recoverable, not by consumer software, not by professional forensic tools. Beyond individual files, it can erase the free space on a disk, meaning the ghost data from things you deleted months ago using normal deletion. It also clears system traces, browser history, app logs, cached passwords, briefly, the digital exhaust that accumulates from just everyday use. The best part is, you can even schedule this entire thing, so it automatically works from time to time, clearing all the traces. It runs on both Mac and Windows and works across HDDs, SSDs, USB drives, and SD cards. But why Stellar? You see, they have been in this business since 1993. That's over 30 years. They have more than 3 million customers and numerous industry awards. On Trustpilot, they're rated 4.8 out of 5 from over 5,000 reviews. But here's the thing, I don't take anything at face value. The reason Stellar exists as a company is that they make data recovery software. They're arguably some of the most qualified people in the world to tell you whether something has been actually deleted or not, because their other product is designed to find exactly what deletion tools leave behind. That creates an interesting test. So here's what we're going to do today. We have a standard USB drive. We're going to put a batch of files on it, documents, images, and a few other things. And now we're going to erase them using Stellar File Eraser. And then we're going to try and recover those files using Stellar's own data recovery software, which again is one of the best recovery tools in the market, personally tested by me multiple times. First, download the software. Make sure to use the links in the description because they enable you to use the software for free for 30 days. And then we're going to install the software, which is a pretty easy process. And finally, register. Don't panic, you can get the activation key completely free. Just click register now and it will launch your browser pointing to the registration. Enter your name and email address, solve the captcha and click get your key. Now there are two steps. One is to open your inbox inside your email account, check for the verification link and verify your email by clicking the link. And the next is to wait for the activation key, which they will be again sending you via email. There we have it. Copy and paste it into the software. Click activate and done. Now, for erasing data, the option is pretty straightforward. Just click this. Notice that I already backed up for safety and then formatted my drive, but you don't need to do that since this does not affect existing data. Select and erase now. Okay, be patient because this will take some time. And it is done. Nothing looks very different, but now let's fire Stellar Data Recovery Software and try to see if there are any traces left. Click scan and Wait, there are some files, but if you look closely inside these folders, these are essentially garbage data. That's the gap between normal deletion and what Stellar File Eraser can actually do. The link to the software is in the description below. If you're someone who sells or donates old devices, recycles hardware at work, or just want actually to be done with files you have deleted, it's worth having. It's also completely free to use for the first 30 days. Again, the link is in the description as well as in the pinned comment. Definitely check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Do like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.